Hello and welcome to the Tottenham America channel. Today we'll be looking at Tottenham's 1-0 loss against Bournemouth in the Premier League, as Tottenham went 1 point in their last 9 available points, losing to a 17th minute header from Bournemouth centre back Heung-min to fall behind Bournemouth in the table and remain in 10th place. 6 wins, 2 draws, and 6 losses. It was yet again another very mediocre performance from Tottenham. The goal was just a simple header. I mean, the defender got lost at the back post during a corner. The corner came in, and all he had to do was head it into the back of the net. But it was just a dismal performance on the whole by Tottenham. I mean, we had 66% possession, and yet they had 21 shots. So let's look at the shot match stats first, because I think that really tells a lot of the story. 66% possession for Tottenham to Bournemouth's 34, yet their expected goals was 3.31. They had 21 total shots, 8 of them on target, 5 big chances, as compared to our 12 shots, 4 on target, 0 big chances. This is Bournemouth's highest ever expected goal tally in a Premier League game at 3.31. They've never ever had this many goal scoring opportunities, and still they only scored 1. I thought it was going to be 4-0. They missed a lot of easy chances. But for Tottenham, they didn't even miss the easy chances because they had no chances. We barely actually went past into the final third, into the penalty box. It was just constantly losing the ball before that, and we really struggled to just get the ball anywhere near Bournemouth's goal and even cause any type of danger to their goalkeeper, to Kepa Arrizabalaga. Bournemouth were very efficient in their play today. I mean, they had one goal, and they got it from a corner, and then for the rest of the game, they were just all over us, even though the possession stats would not show it that way. But that was a really big problem for us today. And this has been a trend that we've seen from Tottenham for the last couple of games. We saw the same thing in Fulham. We saw the same thing before our 4-0 Man City game, where we lost to Ipswich, Galatasaray, Crystal Palace, Brighton. We've seen the same thing over and over again, and it's where we keep possession and we just have no drive and no intent to actually score on it. Brighton is an exception. That was 3-2. But the other 2 games, there's just been an incredible lack of drive forward, of desire to score those goals. And it's just more and more apparent every game. And I think today was really like the pick of it. Like, this was one of the worst performances we've seen, because we had the ball the whole time. But our midfield just could not progress it. We really missed Bentancur. Basuma is not a 6. He cannot play in the role that Bentancur does for Tottenham. And with his 10-game ban, that's really going to hurt us, because we've got a tough run of festive fixtures coming up where we're going to miss Bentancur. Madison was fine. Kulusevski was fine. They were trying. I mean, Madison, I think, was better than Kulusevski. Kulusevski lost the ball a lot today. But he was also very frustrated, and I could see why, because he put in a lot of good deliveries, and so much of the time it was just wasted by the middlemen in the Spurs attack. I thought Solanke was particularly lackluster. Johnson was out of the game for a lot of the game. And then when we look at our defense, I mean, our defense was pretty horrid. Dragusin made the mistake to concede the corner. And Archie Gray, I mean, he's just not a right back. I think he's a midfielder. I don't think he's a right back. So he really struggles in that position. But we couldn't, like, Pedro Porro was even worse in the last game. So I don't think he would have been a optimal person to put in either. Not to mention, Ben Davies went out with an injury. That means that's our third center back to go out. Third center back on paper to go out with an injury after Van de Ven and Romero. Ben Davies is now out, which means I believe we only have one senior center back left, and that is Radu Dragusin. So he will be in every game from now on until we get our other defenders back. I think there's one player on this team sheet that can come away from this performance with his head partially up. And I say partially because he still made a howler today, but that was Fraser Forster. I mean, this game would have been 5-6-0 if he didn't make some of the saves he did today. And I think he was easily our best player, but this is like picking the least trashy out of a bag of trash. You know, everyone was terrible today. but I think Fraser Forster is the only reason that it didn't go 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, and it's because of those saves that he made. But on the whole, this is a really, really concerning performance for Tottenham, and it's capping off a really concerning run of results. And it's kind of crazy to say, given that we're 3 matches away from coming off of a 4-0 win against Man City, and before that, a 2-1 win against Man City, and then, a 4-1 win against West Ham, 4-1 win against Aston Villa. So when you put it in context, it looks fine, but if you watch these performances, if you've seen how we've been losing them, that's where the concern starts to set in, and I think that's a really, really big point. And I think I know we've got a lot of injuries right now, but I feel like a lot is going to rest on how we do in this London derby against Chelsea on Sunday, December 8th, because if we can't pull out a good performance, I do wonder if Ange is slowly starting to go towards, we're going to start questioning his choices, his tactics, because this has been a recurring problem. And the fact that we can do it against Man City, but then just fall apart against these small sides, I don't know if that's a player problem. Maybe that's a managerial problem. But I think that's that's also a very harsh approach to take, because we know we're in the middle of a build-up. And personally, I think he's done great in the cup, and I want to see him take us all the way in the cup, because I think we can win in the cup. I know we're not doing well in the Premier League right now, but I really do think that if we can hold on, if Ange can hold on for just a little longer and stay in those cup races against United in the Carabao Cup, stay in the Europa League, I do think that we've got an opportunity to challenge for a trophy. But I'm just not sure, given these performances that we've seen in the last couple days, because it is really concerning. As I said, our next match is against Chelsea at home on Sunday, December 8th. I think that's going to be a big make-or-break game, a statement game for Ange, so I think that's a must-win for him. As we sit 10th in the table, we desperately need a win. After that, it's Rangers away in the Europa League, Southampton away in the Premier League. Then we go near Christmas. It's Man United at home in the EFL Cup. That's going to be a crucial game, because that's going to define, I think, if we've got the drive to win that trophy, because we've already beaten Man City in that one. If we can take down Man United, that puts us in a great spot for what I believe are the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. So I think that's a huge opportunity for us. But it really does matter on this Chelsea game and how we take to it and if we can win or not. But that's it for our reviews from Tottenham America about Tottenham's 1-0 loss to Bournemouth in the Premier League, as Tottenham now have 1 point from a possible 9 points in the last 3 Premier League games. If you enjoyed and want to see more Spurs content, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below your thoughts on this game. And until next time, come on, you Spurs!